Good evening, families. It is 6 p.m. We are ready to get started. Please note that we are recording this presentation and we will have it posted on our school website tonight with all of the teacher presentations. Give me 1 second. All right, so the first thing definitely want to highlight, just share with all of our family, just want to give you a big thank you for all of your patience and flexibility as we navigate this new norm with virtual learning. So really do appreciate all of our families working with all of us, with our teachers, as we all learn these new tools. Definitely, if you are having any issues with navigating any of the items listed on the screen. So, you know, your child should know how to log into Clever at this point, to then log into Schoology. You know, there's 2 ways for your child to get onto Zoom. So in Schoology, each teacher has a direct link posted that they could just click on to get in. And also on their daily schedule, we also have the meeting ID and password. So please note the 2 different ways to get onto Zoom. And then our K-5 scholars, you should know from Clever to get them onto Seesaw and iReady. So these are the main tools that we are using. Once again, parents, if you are having any issues with getting your child or having any issues with navigating that, please make sure that you've shared that with your child's teacher. And if you need any additional support, please let us know. Our academic achievement plan for this school year really centers around 3 priorities. So implementing the gradual release, looking at our learning management system, which is Schoology, and just making sure that we continue to develop meaningful partnerships and relationships with our families. Please note that there's a lot of information on all of these slides, so I'm definitely not going to read everything, but we will have everything posted for you. As we just talked about our academic achievement plan, just making sure that we are implementing the gradual release of responsibility. So all of our teachers are providing direct explanations, modeling for your child. Then there's guided practice. And then there's time for students to collaborate with one another. And then of course, you know, we have independent student work time. How do you monitor your scholars' academic progress? So making sure that you are connected, you know, you have your child's teacher's information, that you are following us on social media, our school website. Interim progress reports are coming up shortly. We will mail those home. We are also mailing out tomorrow the parent access codes for Schoology so that you are able to log into the portal to stay abreast with your child's learning. So with attendance, as we've talked about, we've had several town hall sessions. We had another workshop last week for our middle school scholars. Just know, parents, if you missed any of these workshops, all of the workshops and the PowerPoints are posted on our school website, so you can go back and reference those whenever you need to. But definitely making sure that you're reaching out to your child's teacher if your child needs to be absent. As you should know, our teachers are posting the core part of their lessons each afternoon on on their Schoology site. So if your child has an issue or their internet's not working for that day and they need to watch the lesson for that day, they can, and they will get credit for that day. So, we definitely want our students to log in to get direct instruction from our teachers. But we do know there's times where if they do need to miss, they are able to log in, watch the video from that day, and they will still get marked present. So please just know that teachers are posting their core part of their lessons. On Wednesdays, it's very important that students, like today, students are logging into Schoology because we are tracking that they are doing assignments that teachers have posted, that they're getting their iReady done, because Wednesday does count towards their attendance. So very important that on our asynchronous days, like today, that students are logging in and completing assignments. Remote learning guidelines for families. So just making sure, once again, that we have your updated information. We send an email out at a minimum every Sunday night. We also do a phone call for the week. So if you're not getting those emails, you're not getting my weekly phone call, please make sure you touch base with Ms. Burson tomorrow so that we can update our information. As we noted, we will mail out the progress reports. We are also mailing out student incentives. We just mailed out birthday cards for the month of October. So we definitely need to make sure that we have your updated address on file. Let me stop sharing for a second so that if Mr. Shakespeare is on, Mr. Shakespeare.
I'm on, Dr. Buddy.
So let me go back. So Mr. Shakespeare, if you could briefly speak about your role and just to say yes program.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Shakespeare, and I am the new family support specialist. I do have only a few minutes, a minute, so I'll keep it really short. I help with assisting families and children with resources, as well as assisting them with right now the mental health services, free legal services, and also the learning pods. My number is in the PowerPoint, like Dr. Buddy said earlier. This is being recorded, so please call that number, the 216-538-7075, or send me an email, and I will get to you as soon as possible so that we can make sure that your children are getting, and you are getting everything that you need.
Thank you, Mr. Shakespeare. And as Mr. Shakespeare just mentioned, we will make sure that this is posted tonight with his number and email, so that if you do need to reach out to Mr. Shakespeare for any support, that you are able to do so. All right, third grade guarantee. This is something that our definitely our K-3, but our third grade teachers will speak about tonight. But just want to make sure everyone's aware that the third grade guarantee is still in place, and that the state has not canceled standardized testing for this school year. So there are requirements still that third grade scholars must meet to be promoted to fourth grade, but our third grade teachers will speak more about that, and definitely our K2 team will speak a little bit about RIMS and what that means for your scholar. HumanWare, we continue to make sure that we're providing SEL supports for each of our scholars. So, each day we start with our morning meetings, and we also have twice a week our PATH lessons, which is in our K through 5 class, and our second step lessons in 6 through 8. As many of you know, Ms. Culpepper serves as our NOW and our WAVE coordinator. So Ms. T is working with students and teachers to support them. So these are just some of the things that we are continuing to do even in the virtual space. Our special ed, special education scholars, so we do have a variety of intervention specialists that are still working with scholars on their caseload. Definitely anytime if you feel that your child needs more support, you don't feel the IEP is working or the current plan in place is working, you can always request a meeting at any time, and we will look to see how we can better support your scholar. So at this point, if your child does have an IEP, you should know who your intervention specialist is / caseworker. If you have not been contacted and your child does have an IEP, please reach out to the front office tomorrow so that we can make sure that gets handled tomorrow. But at this point, you should already know who your intervention specialist is. The district continues to provide support through Project ACT. So definitely if any families need any support right now, you can reach out directly to the Project ACT office, or you can reach out to Mr. Shakespeare, our family support specialist, and he would be able to provide assistance for you with that. Our school does continue to receive Title I funds that supports a variety of supports and for our scholars at Wade Park. Our specific parent engagement funds for this school year, it's about $7,900 for family engagement and programs, so that those funds will go directly to workshops, different activities. We will have our annual Math Fest activities will look a little different, but we will have, for instance, our Math Fest activities that will take place in the month of October. So that is coming. We will also have our first SBO parent meeting and workshop coming up beginning of October. So please look for those upcoming events that we will post. Really, and just talking about what the purpose of these funds. So as we talked about, the purpose of the funds is just to make sure that your child is getting additional supports. But as we always talk about, you as the parent does have a right to know, who's your child's teacher. You can obviously give input on how the funds are spent. So definitely, if any parents have any suggestions with, different ways or different workshops that our student support team, family engagement team, that would be great if you could share that out with us and let us know if you have any suggestions of how we can better support you or additional supports that you would like for us to put in place. Another item that's on here, just ensuring that we have two-way communication. So as we previously spoke about, at a minimum, every Sunday evening around between 7 and 8 o'clock, you get a weekly phone call with updates for the week and an email. And as you know, we do post updates throughout the week on our social media page and school website. Please just note that when you go on our school website and you click and you scroll down, you'll see a link that says Reopening Wade Park. That is our one page with everything that deals with virtual learning. So please continue to visit that page. If for any reason we need to cancel class or the teachers having issues with their Zoom code, there is a alert page where we post alerts on that page. Also, we post on social media also, so we posted on both, but that Reopening Wade Park page is very important in terms of keeping all of our families engaged and involved. So please just make sure that you bookmark that. Parents, you do have the right to know about the teaching qualifications of your child's classroom teacher. So you can request that information from me at any time if you would like to know the teaching qualifications of your teacher. If at any time your child is being taught for 4 or more weeks by a teacher who is not highly qualified, you will get a letter from me sharing that out so that you are aware. But as of right now, we're good to go. But just know if at any point your child was getting taught by someone who was not highly qualified, you would receive a letter from me. Okay. So how can you support title programs? So definitely making sure that you're joining our SBO. You know that Ms. Irvin is our fantastic SBO president. We do have our first SBO meeting coming up shortly in the month of October. Look for updates on everything that will take place in October. That will come in Sunday's email. Definitely, as we talked about, if you have any suggestions of additional supports that we can put in place. One of the updates that we shared out recently was the Cleveland Public Library has free tutoring that takes place each week. Supports like that, we will continue to push that out to you. We are working to push out some enrichments from our Center of Arts Inspired Learning. So that will be some enrichment courses, programs after school that we will also provide in conjunction with America Scores. So definitely please continue to reach out to us if you are wanting some additional support or additional options for your child after school. We definitely continue to communicate with heart. We definitely pride ourselves with having some great customer service and making sure that you have a positive experience anytime you interact with any Wade Park staff. If at any time you feel that you did not have a pleasant experience, please just make sure you reach out to me so that we can get the issue resolved. As many of you know, my number is posted. Pretty much everybody has it. So finding me is usually not an issue. And definitely, if for any reason you need to reach out to the Ombudsman's office, that number is also there too. And like I said, we will post this website. We will post this PowerPoint on our website. Everyone should have received our schedule for tonight. This was emailed at least twice the last couple of days to you, and we have it posted on Facebook, and it's posted on our school website. If you scroll down, you'll see a link that says open house. So if you just click on your teacher's name, it will take you directly to the Zoom session for that. We also have our Encore team that will have drop-in sessions from 6:30 to 8 o'clock tonight. You do see that each teacher or grade level is offering 2 sessions tonight. So you only need to attend 1 session, and then you can drop in to speak with any of your child's Encore teachers. Please note that we do have some scholars that are attending all of their core classes and are skipping some of their Encore classes. Please note that Encore teachers do give grades, so we definitely don't want anyone to have any surprises come in the next week or two when we have our progress report. So definitely, if you do need to speak with any of our amazing Encore staff tonight, their links are there and you can drop in to speak with any of them. And definitely, if there are other parents in there and you want to set up a more private conference, they will be able to schedule a time with you. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen at this point. I know there have been some questions in the chat. At this point, we do have 2 or 3 moments, 2 or 3 minutes to answer any additional questions. So parents, if you have anything that you would like to ask that's a general question or concern dealing with the schedule, please unmute yourself and ask it now before we get ready to transition to our first session with the teachers. Definitely want to give a shout out to one of our support team members that works on our network district team at headquarters. Regina Curtis is joining us tonight. So Ms. Curtis, welcome once again to Wade Park. I know this is a virtual session, but we definitely do appreciate all the support that you continue to provide for our building. So welcome, Ms. Curtis. Any questions from any parents that did not get answered? Thank you, teammates, for answering questions for me in the chat. Are there any questions from any families? As I mentioned, we did email the schedule to everyone. We have, if you click on the name, it will take you directly to their session. If for any reason that's giving you trouble, we also posted the meeting ID below there so you can log in. And you, as always, the password is 838-1750. Definitely how we started this session tonight. We would like to end the session the same way. We just want to thank once again all of our families for everything that you're doing during this really difficult time of students having to work from home and you having to learn all of these new programs. I know it's been frustrating for some, but we once again definitely just thank you so much for your patience, your flexibility with all of us as we navigate this. As many of you know, we had 2 pickup days. The other pickup day was last week where we gave out additional textbooks and technology and supplies. So parents, if you have not come to pick up the remaining textbooks, workbooks, supplies for your scholar, please do so immediately because your scholar does need those items for their class. If you're having any issues with coming during work hours, which is like 8 to 3:30, please reach out to us, as some of you did, to set up a later time for you to pick them up and or to get those items dropped off to you. So please just make sure you do that so that we can make sure that your scholar has everything that they need. Once again, thank you so much, families. Thank you, staff. I know we have many of our staff members on here tonight. We look forward to some great sessions with all of our teachers. All of the teacher presentations and this general overview presentation will be posted tonight. Give us a minute, but we will have everything posted tonight so that if you miss anything, you are able to go back and check that. With that, Ms. Townsend, do you have anything you would like to share? Any additional admin on that?
Good evening. Welcome everyone to Open House. I think Dr. pretty much covered everything. Again, I just want to echo Dr. Buddy that if you have any concerns, you need technology pickup, you need some assistance with navigating your devices, please contact the school. I try to get in the building at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I will assist you with any difficulties or any needs that you have. Thank you.
All right. I don't know if Ms. Powers, Mr. Taylor have anything else. If they do, this should be your time. Thank you, Ms. Townsend. Ms. Powers, do you have anything?
I just wanted to say that I'm happy to have the parents on tonight. We're going to be having our first SPO meeting next week, and you'll be getting some information, but please join us. Your voices need to be heard and we want to hear them. So in connection with Mr. Landale, we'll be having our first SPO meeting, and we would love to have everyone come out and join us so that we can know how we can best serve you.
Thank you, Ms. Powers. Thank you, Ms. Townsend. So at this time, this does conclude our opening session. Parents, if you have any issues with locating the schedule, once again, it is posted on our Facebook page and it is posted on the front page of our school website. Just click on it and it will let you in. So at this time, thank you so much. And you have about six minutes before the first session with your homeroom teacher begins. And just know that the drop-in sessions with Encore is from 8:30 to 8. So if you would like to drop in and speak to any of your child's Encore teachers, you can do that. So thank you so much and have a great evening. I know we had some parents that